Toy Addicts, it's Jody. So this is crazy, but I found another one of these Mattel Thingmaker packs from the 60s, and I did a video, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, showing you the Fun with Flowers Thingmaker pack that they have, that really cool pack, and here it is 2 weeks later, and I found another one, which, you know, this is a toy from the 60s, so it's not like something you find all the time. So I don't know, I was a little shocked to find a second one. But this one is super cool. It says only to be used with Mattel Thingmaker. So this is actually not the full set. Like the other one, it had the heating element piece to it, and this doesn't have that. It just has the goop, and it has the plates and stuff. So it's like you would buy this pack if you already own the heating element. And I think they had this same pack. You could buy it with the heating element too. But so this is like an extra pack if you already had that one. You know, if your sister got the Fun Flowers for Christmas last year, then you don't need the heating element again. You just buy this, and then you can use her heating element. So this is the Fighting Men Maker Pack. It says you can make detailed bendable soldiers in permanent plastic. 40 accessories. Make combat equipment, rifles, submachine guns, walkie-talkies, rockets, and more. Make field equipment, field packs, shovels, canteens, sandbags, oil drums, and make military vehicles, molds for vehicle accessories, camouflage patterns for armored tanks, pillboxes, landing targets, tents, and more. So on the front here, it kind of shows what this comes with. It came with 2 bottles of goop, like a black and then a green. And it came with some paint, like it's sort of like model paint, a paintbrush, and some wire. And then it came with 6 metal molds and the safety handle, which this is not, you know, this is way before my time. I didn't have this toy as a kid. So when I was looking up other thing makers, people commented that every time they played with it, they burned their fingers. And so that's probably why they stopped having it. But they also said that never stopped them from playing with it. They loved it. They wanted to play with it all the time. So, you know, it's one of those things where we get so overprotective that, you know, a little red mark on the finger means you can never play with this toy again, which to me is a little bit silly. So this also came with patterns for making your military vehicles, and it came with camouflage cardboard. So you could pick which vehicles you wanted to make, and then you put the pattern and draw it out on the cardboard, and then you could make it with the cardboard. And then it had the instruction books. So let's look in here and see what we got. So we have the instruction book, How to Make Fighting Men. And this one has a lot of pages. It's a lot more detailed than the flowers one, because there's just a lot of parts to this set. It came with the 6 plates, but all of the plates, like you can see here in this picture, they have a person, but then they have all kinds of extra little things on each of the plates. And it shows you how to do it, and some of the plates, you put them together. And it shows you how, like if you're making the army guy, you make one, then you make another one, then you put goop in the middle, and then you put the one on top of the other one, and then you cook it again so that it's, because it just makes, you know, half of it. So you have to make the other half and then glue them together basically with the goop. And then it has green foam that helps them stand up. And there's guns, so it shows you how to make your soldier hold the gun, how you could cut his fingers apart so he'll hold a gun. So here's some little diagrams, so you see what I mean about all the different little things that the plates made. Like, again, it made wheels, so you could make the cars, but you'd have to make, only made half. So you'd have to make the wheel, then you'd have to take that one out, make another wheel, then put the goop and put it back in there. So it seemed like this was probably a pretty long process. But once you were done, you had all these cool toys. And you could make as many as you want, more and more, as long as you had the goop, I guess. So for me, the play value for this would not only be like getting to make the stuff and, I guess with the military stuff, you're pretty much only making one color or like camouflage. But like with the flowers one, you get to make all different colors and you get to spend a lot of time creating them and then putting the things together to make, make your kits and whatever. And then you get to play with them. So the making is part of the play and creativity. So here it shows you how to use the patterns, which aren't here, unfortunately. And the camouflage cardboard is not here either. But that's something you could look at the pattern and kind of make it up on your own, look at that cool tank. And it's got, like, you could make the wheels for it. You could make the ammo boxes and the gun and all this stuff to go on it to make it like a real tank. It says use mold to make jerry cans, machine gun, tripod, ventilators, wheels. Put glue on both pieces, let glue dry until clear, press both pieces together, and Jeep is finished. And you could even make a tent. So to me, there's a lot of play value in this. As long as you're a kid who has like stick-to-itiveness. If you get bored waiting for the first thing to cook up, then, maybe not. Also, I'm sure that you've got to buy more goop. So you have to, parents would probably have to weigh, like, is it worth it to buy more goop to make all these toys? But then I guess you don't have to buy army men and stuff because kids can make them. But this is the kind of thing I would have loved as a kid. Not the military part of it. Like the flower one, or, my brother and sister were really into G.I. Joes. They would have gone crazy over something like this. They would have made an entire, my sister especially, would have made an entire military base with all the pieces and parts to play with her G.I. Joes in. So let's take a look at the plates. Here's the first one here, and you can see there's even like an axe and a shovel and half of a barrel. And these are the ventilators that go on the tank and probably the tents and stuff. And it even has like a US, so you could make those and glue them onto the side of the tank. There's the jerry can, the gas can right there, and some bombs. I don't know what that is. And here's another plate, like a rocket launcher and a gun and some big bombs and maybe a grenade launcher and even some field goggles. Look at all that, all the details, all the stuff you could make. Oops. There's the wheels. And that's probably the hatch for the tank. I mean, just all the little pieces. Here's your soldier here. And here's your other half of your soldier. See, he's pretty detailed. He's got wrinkles on his sleeves and pockets and all kinds of stuff. And there's one more. Scuba gear, shovel, rifle, grenade, canteen. There's even a belt. And it still has the foam. It still has the little safety thingamajigger. It has one thing of goop that's partially full, but, you know, I'm sure probably not usable any longer. Mattel Make and Play Paint. Do not take internally. I'm sure every kid knew what that meant. With the 60's Mattel logo. Mattel Inc. Toy-Maker. Here's a close look at the goop. Genuine plastic goop for Thingmakers. Prevent leakage. Replace cap tightly. And I'd say that's probably about a quarter full. It's mostly painted around the sides. And then there wasn't a bunch of pieces in this one, unfortunately, like there was in the flower one. But there was a wheel. So you can kind of see how it turned out. And then you can see where they would have, like this one is black. This side's black. That side's green. And where they would have glued it together in the middle, you can kind of see. And I don't know if they would have put a wire through it or have to read it, but it's pretty detailed. You can see all the lug nuts and everything on there. That's the awesome Thingmaker Fighting Men pack. Check out my website, toy-addict.com. Check me out on eBay, Etsy. Of course, like and subscribe the video. I would appreciate that. And if you want to see the Fun Flowers one, go on my YouTube channel and you can check that out. I also have on my website, I have a fully scanned copy of the little insert catalog that came with these, and it shows this set and the flower set and the Creeple People set and all the other cool sets. So you can go check that out too on toy-addict.com. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.